Busy podcasters know that there's always more that can be done. Fans of busy podcasters know that too, often trying to be helpful by highlighting new opportunities, which, while nice, can lead to burnout. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Astute listeners will notice that the sound of today's and yesterday's episode is, well, different. And that's because I'm in San Diego. Woohoo! Mere steps away from the beach. And it's awesome. I did this to escape the heat. Obviously, I live in Phoenix full-time, as you know, and it's really, really hot there. But also to recharge. Yeah, I get a recharge, and I get a recharge when I sit out and look at the ocean that is behind me every single day. Now, recharging is important to me, and also a compromise I made with myself a few years back. And it's really paying off, I think. And that's because I'm no longer trying to do everything or be everywhere, even though a lot of people really want me to. No, let's use the word expect me to. You know, I hear people quite often say, I don't know how you do it, Evo. I don't know how you do the thing that you do. I don't know how you publish a daily podcast that takes up 4 hours of your time every day, which is a true statement. And you're doing that, you're publishing it, and you're the same day that you are recording it and producing it. That's also dumb. How do you do that? And then also maintain and run a podcast consultancy, which does lots of things for clients all around the world. And that's true. I do all of those things, right? Weirdly enough, those same people have no trouble offering up a list of other things they think I should be doing, and for some, expect me to be doing. Now, luckily for me, and I'm kind of laughing this off, is that I'm the kind of person who I really like it when people approach me with new ideas and new opportunities. And that's because I'm really good at saying no and passing up on opportunities that either aren't a good fit or would stretch me too thin, which is more often the case. And that may describe you, but it might not. For a lot of time, I had a tough time saying no to opportunities, and you may be in a similar situation, especially if you're relatively new to the podcasting world and you're quite smartly trying to increase your luck surface area, something I talk about from time to time, which is good. That's smart of you to do that. Because for you, being everywhere and trying to connect with everyone, if you can, is a great way to network and accelerate your growth as a podcaster. And that's true, yes. Maybe you're seeing some modest success with your podcasting efforts, and you're thinking of investing more time and more energy so you can reap more of those rewards. Once again, good for you, another smart play. Or it could be that opportunity just drops in your lap sometimes. That's how the universe works on occasion. You know, then maybe there's a potential pot of gold or whatever it is that motivates you right over there. All you have to do to get it is just do more. Which again, if you can and want to do that, great, smart play. But there's a chance, a good chance, that something I said in that last little rant there might have triggered some feelings of anxiety, stress, insecurity, or just full on, oh shit, how am I going to get all of this done? Now, look, feeling some of those things is helpful, right? There is a kernel of truth in the no pain, no gain comment. But let me impart another nugget, another wisdom pearl, if you will. Opportunity will knock again. It will. I mean, sometimes it's the exact same opportunity presenting itself again. Perhaps you'll be in a better place emotionally and mentally to accommodate it then. Other times it's a totally different opportunity, one that you could not have fit into your already busier schedule if you had rushed to shove in that first opportunity. How could you fit that in and this new thing as well? Occasionally, you realize that passing up on an opportunity is in itself as much of an opportunity for you to refocus on your own mental health, which will keep you in the podcasting game that much longer. I'm living proof of this. I mean, the ability to say no thanks or no, not right now, is a big part of why I've been in this game for, nearly 2 decades now. Insane. And I hope to stay in it for the next 2 with that kind of attitude. Your mental health is just that, your health. So focus on it. And just like that, we've gone through another month of Podcast Pontification, Season 4. Thank you for being with me. If you found value in any of the thoughts and ideas I presented to you thus far, well, please return some of that value by going to buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. Next week, at least as of this recording, is Podcast Movement. And no, I will not be joining you in person. See everything just talked about in this episode. But I will, however, see some of you, some from my living room, where I'll be watching the event virtually. I blocked off the days from my calendar, and I'm looking forward to attending lots of different sessions. So, with that, I shall be back on Monday with yet another Podcast Pontifications. Cheers!